Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now we got some special guests, some special legends.
Legends,
on the
man.
line right now.
Icons.
They both friends to the room. They both been on the Breakfast Club numerous times. We had a brother E-40. What up, E-40?
What's happening? What's happening, player?
And also Too Short.
What's up? What's up? What's up, man?
Now, what do we owe the pleasure of having these two icons on this Zoom for? Is this about the super group that I'm hearing about with 40 and Short and Snoop Dogg? That's what it's about?
You talked to Short about that. He didn't want to let the cat out the bag.
Man, it's big, man. It's big, man. We on some other stuff right now, man. We doing we about to do Verzuz, man.
Verzuz.
What you mean?
Too Short and E-40 on Verzuz. Now how did this come out?
Against each other?
Yeah. It would seem like we might team up against somebody else, but no, we going against each other.
Okay.
We're doing it for the bet, man.
Now, Short, pause. You know E-40 got a slick mouth. So how you gonna deal with his slick mouth?
You've been dealing with it for dang near 30 years.
Yeah, I know how to deal with her a little bit, man. I can't control him, but he's just gotta, like I told you before we jump in the car, so he gotta throw a couple jabs early because he gonna probably like haymaker you in a minute.
I think if I'm not mistaken, this is the first West Coast versus West Coast versus. I mean, we saw Snoop go up against X, but I don't think we've seen a West Coast versus West Coast versus yet.
We would have did it a little earlier, man, but I was resisting. 40 wasn't really into it, man, for the fact that, we cool as fuck. It seemed like it was a war, or you got to go against them and talk bad and stuff. And we kind of we thought it through and was like, man, let's do the debate, because we basically are the story of the beginning of the debate, the foundation, where it started. You can't really get too many stories that come before or even during our early days. There's not a lot going on outside of, Mac Dre was doing this.
Mac Dre, y'all three. Mac Dre, y'all would be like the they say Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, y'all would be that for the bit. I think Mac Dre, 40, Short.
So, I was just like, man, Earl, I don't want to do it, man. I don't want to do it. And then he called me one day. This is how they got me. He called me on the three-way with Swiss. So now I got Swiss and 40 trying to give me the pros of why to do it. And I'm like, by the end of the call, I'm like, all right, let's do it.
It's a celebration. I wonder, I want both of y'all to answer this. What does a versus battle between Short and 40 mean to the West Coast and the Bay Area?
I mean, to the world.
Hip hop culture, man, just showing that, me and Short, we go back like Angel Flights and Members Only jackets, the 80s, you feel me? And so, when you think of the Bay, you think of us too, you know what I'm saying? In the same sentence, and so me and Short ain't never had no confrontations. All his people know my people from the beginning, BR, before rap, you feel me? BR before rap, you feel me? And so once we teamed up and did that damn rappers ball, we knew each other through the soils and the traffic. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it just only made sense. So many people was hitting us about this about Verzuz. They was like, man, we need to see you and Short. You and Short, that'll be the ultimate one for us. You feel me? And so I had brought it up to Ty one day. I said, man, if we ever did Verzuz, would you do if they ever asked us to do Verzuz, would you do it? And he was like, I ain't interested. I wasn't really interested at first either.
I wasn't interested because I said, why do I have to, I got this body of work that I did. Why should I step up and show off or prove anything? I'm like, bro, I did mine. I got a cold run in. Like a rapper wish you could get the run I got in like 9.
A rapper wish they could have one of your runs. You had many of them. You feel me? So I was on the same page as him, like the same way. Like, what do we have to prove? But then, I'm like, you know what, man, this is for the culture, man. It's for hip hop, bro. I know they'll love to see it, and we feel like this is a celebration. You feel me?
Now, are y'all doing a joint album? I know Charlamagne talked about it, but we hearing is it the Short, Snoop Dogg, and I heard Ice Cube. Are y'all doing a project? I'm just kidding. Y'all bounced around and y'all curved us, but are y'all doing an album and a project?
What are they talking about?
Yo, man, it's I'm gonna say it like this, man. It's 2020.
Yeah.
We've been quarantining for a long time. Most of the time, me. But I fell off my quarantine for a while, but I'm back on it now. And it's got a lot of time, man. A lot of time. So we've just been doing stuff, man.
So who's in the group?
Quarantine. You been out and about?
You said when I fell off my quarantine, I got it in, man. Like late summer, I fell off, but
yeah, I've been quarantined through the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I got everything I need though. You feel me? You know, I got positive income coming in. You feel me? Different revenue streams. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I got this nudio. I got two nudios up in this thing. You feel me? So music is my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just been thinking of, you know, passion projects, man, and coming up with all kind of, you know, things to develop, whether it's food, whether it's, you know, beverages, you know what I'm saying, doing this tech thing, you feel me? Startup companies, the whole woo-wop. So it's many things. And then at the same time, you want to tell them how you want to tell them how that shit came about?
Long story short, man. Long story short, man, we made a lot of songs. It ain't really like definite what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something. It was just a lot of songs. So
who's on these records? Because I'm hearing the group is E-40 and Snoop
and Ice Cube.
Don't leave out Cube, man.
Okay. Wow.
It's not official yet. It's not a group. There is no name. There's no like, oh yeah, the project. It's not even like that. We just some OGs, man. Everybody got studios and facilities and beats, and you know what I'm saying? We just doing it. It's something I feel like we're doing this for hip hop. And when I say that, because you could be doing it for the bag. Nobody don't need the bag. So basically, I feel like we got all these rules and regulations and age limits and where's the best time zone and what's the best era and who's the best age group and all this stuff that's like, it don't mean nothing to hip hop, because hip hop is very uncontrollable. So when I say we're doing it for hip hop, which is my main motivation, is I'm 54 years old. If we do anything, it's gonna come out when I'm 55 years old. So, and to drop something dope and to be a working MC who's been working since he was 15 years old, never had another job, like really like eating off hip hop my whole entire life. That to me should be motivational to a up and coming rapper, inspiring rapper, an established rapper. Like, you sit there and look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what are my limitations? I got to stop doing this when I'm 35, when I'm 40. They kept telling me that. I was an OG rapper when I was 30, 24 years ago.
That's right.
There's no expiration on game, man.
Nope.
So we just drank, we blazing trails, man. You can't tell me Fat Joe ain't doing it. You can't tell me E-40 ain't doing it. Snoop Dogg ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes doing it. Man, we getting the bag is consistent in hip hop, man. Don't do this ageism thing in hip hop. Don't be an OG and tell me that these young rich cats ain't doing it right. Don't tell me that, man. Because when I look at my streams and look at their streams, I'm like, they doing something right.
They're doing something right. I don't knock them, man, because it's a whole new generation. They doing it a lot different. But hey, we was once young. You know what I'm saying? We carried it a little different, but you know. You can't knock these youngsters, man. If anything, join them. You feel me? Because OGs need youngsters, and youngsters need OGs.
And don't have the opposite attitude either. Like, all you old dudes get out the way. That's whack. You know, it ain't like that, man. There's a hip hop it's for the world now, man.
Because that shit ancient. All that shit about oh man, nigga need to wrap it up. Niggas too old. Woo, and that shit. I ain't heard that in hella long. Anybody say that just a hater with a motherfucking voltage regulator.
That's right. The young artists should be looking at y'all and saying, man, I want that kind of longevity. I want that kind of catalog. Because one thing about you and Short and all the OGs, y'all not getting paid for what y'all do. Y'all still get paid. Y'all get paid for what y'all done.
Right. There you go.
That's something. That means something.
You know, one thing about all four of us, me, Short, Snoop, and Cube, we all been getting along from day one. Like, we've always been cool. You feel me? When we see each other at concerts, because, you know, we got the old school concerts, you know, we do them all. We do the old school concerts, then we do the concerts, we do the shows with the youngsters, festivals and all that shit. You feel me? So it's like when we all connect, you know, it's a family reunion. It's a family reunion every time. You know, we all in each other's rooms, in the green room with each other, like in there drinking and eating and just listening to music and, you know, just
you know, it's funny too, man. We look back at pictures. And we was actually like little kids hanging out. I've been knowing Cube since the first tour I ever went on. I've been knowing 40 since, like you said, BR, before rap. We was just the homies hanging out. And you know, young Snoop Dogg, when he came in, he was a little youngster when he came in the game.
Yeah, he was.
We've been smoking from day one.
He called himself the baby of the bunch. You know, I'm the baby of the bunch. Nigga, you 49 years old, nigga. You is the baby of the bunch, though. I'm 53, you feel me? Yeah.
Now with
my GSU shirt.
With this Verzuz, are we gonna get a album or a single the day after the Verzuz or the night of the Verzuz? I mean, it's only right. Millions of people watch.
Yeah, you know, like I said, man, 2020 was that kind of year. I make a lot of music just because that's what I do. But in 2020, it's like I got this whole new inspiration of, you're gonna lock me up in the house with a studio, I'm just gonna start making songs. So yeah, you know, I got some stuff I'm gonna drop, man. I'm dropping a project called Ain't Gonna Do It. And it's the beginning of this motivational thing. I'm trying to like balance out this whole, we got the pimps over here and the tricks over there, and everybody's out of control. So I'm trying to find a balance. Like, you got to know your lane, you know, kind of tone down the tricking a little bit. Don't go so hard on the pimp side. Let's, you know, I'm just trying to like, you know, be age appropriate, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be one of them OGs that go way to the other side and be like, girl, how much you want me to wire you? We ain't doing that.
Hold on, so you mean you still ain't doing no tricking short after all these years? They say it ain't tricking if she worth it now.
Like, man, come on, man. It's not. That's not true. It's not true.
Short say he ain't trying to be a rescue Ronnie.
Yeah, the dictionary. There are definitions in the dictionary, and you can't change what it means, man. Cash App changed the game, man.
In real life. All right, so I also got a project dropping. We dropping on the 18th. You got one on the 18th, right?
Yeah, I heard that y'all dropping on the same day.
Night before, yeah.
On the same day. My project will consist probably about 10, 12 songs, somewhere around there. It's called Terms and Conditions. And so it's just really just gaming folks up. You know, that's my specialty, just gaming them up, giving them some shit to party to, giving them shit to, ride to, mob out in their old schools or whatever, they new schools, whatever. So, it's just gas, like always. I might need some Tums.
When did y'all first meet? You and Short.
Oh, man. Yeah, let me hear your version.
Back in Vallejo, back in the 80s. See, Short is honorary Vallejo. That's the city I'm from. We got like 10 exits, maybe 10 or 11 exits.
How many high schools y'all got?
Shit, now it's narrowed down.
Back then, 3 or 4.
Oh, shit. We had Hogan High, we had Vallejo High, we had what do we have? We had a few prep schools. We have People's High.
2 public high schools. That's small town. Y'all 2 high schools.
We had 2 public high schools off top, but the other ones was like continuation schools. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot. But used to be a park called Dan Foley Park. All of Vallejo cats used to come through. What'd you say?
I got a different version, man. My version is way different.
All right. We also from Vallejo with CC Sabathia is from. I need y'all.
You gotta get
Sabathia and Jeff.
Vallejo, y'all got some shit in the water out there, man. Hey, I got a whole different version, man.
What's your version, Short?
Oakland niggas and Vallejo niggas have been getting down. Back in our day, they was really like tight. Like we used to actually click up and go to different little areas as a, like we got our Oakland mob, they got their Vallejo mob. We click up and go out as a super mob and just pop up somewhere else. We did a lot of that, but it was all based on crack, cocaine, drug sales. Like a lot of dudes in Vallejo sold and partnered up with a lot of dudes in Oakland and was like little teams, you know what I mean? And 40s people and my people was on the same team. So we would go to like you said, Dan Foley Park in Vallejo. We pull up, it'd be like, Vallejo's hosting that day. All y'all niggas come down and we're gonna show you some love. We're gonna hang around, move around the city. That's how it was. And then, them niggas would pile up in their cars, pull up to Oakland, designated area, hang out and powwow and shit. And it was cool. And you had like family ties. So we come from a clique, specifically E-40 and his brother, getting down in the game with somebody who's been with me my whole life, one of my best friends. So it was always real tight. But we I would never see 40 and be like, hey man, your rap is tight, or hey man, when you dropping something new, or hey man, let's do a song together. It wasn't that kind of friendship.
Wasn't even tripping.
You didn't think about beats like, I know y'all niggas shit, but I bump your shit, but I'm not. We didn't make records till fucking
95.
Yeah, many years after we met.
95. And we was on the same record label.
Jive, right?
He was on Jive for hell. He was on there, like, I came in 93 on Jive Records. I signed in March of 94. I was on Jive.
Back then, what did they give you as a sign?
88, 87.
88.
What did they give you as a signing bonus back then? What did they give you as a signing bonus back then?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, it was reported it was 3 million. That's a lot of Gouda back in them days, you know what I'm saying? But it was more than that because at the end of the end of the term, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really like, it was designed to make bread. Cause I already had it locked in. My shit was already locked in from selling, 200,000 independent, you know what I'm saying? So we based it on that, you feel me? So at that time it was a 75-25. They couldn't hold reserves.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, any returns, anything, they couldn't charge me for that. You feel me?
What gave you that mind back then? Because back then, a lot of artists were just happy to sign and they got a lot of shitty deals. But what gave you that mind to be like, nah, I'm not signing that?
I just knew what I was worth, from just doing it on my own, really, literally.
100,000, man, that ghetto gold is 100,000 independent sales. We call that ghetto gold. You gotta protect that ghetto gold. You couldn't give away the first 100,000. Like, if y'all gonna do something for me, it's gonna be past 100,000. It's not gonna be past that.
I've been eating. I had houses and vehicles and all kind of shit. I was a young teenager having it, younger dude. You know what I'm saying? So I put myself in a position where, I always listen to the OGs. Don't buy an $85,000 car before you buy a house. Just don't do it. You feel me? Get some property, man. Get a piece of the earth. You know what I'm saying? I was once a youngster. You know what I'm saying? Cars and all that shit. That's cool. I got that out of my system. I flamboast a different way. I might go to a major sporting event, sit front row. You know what I'm saying? Courtside, you know what I'm saying? I might flamboast right behind home plate at one of the World Series or something. I might, tycoon on the 50-yard line at a football game. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I just do it
doing that for years, 40.
Yeah.
Many moons. So hey man, it's just a blessing to be, moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying? And still doing this at this capacity. At this level.
Five in the game, man.
In the game, man. It's 32 for me. Is it 88? It's almost 33 for me. Sure, it's like what, 36 for you? When you come in, like 84, 80. When your first, I'm talking about far as your first actual 75 girls.
I was about to say, I've been in the game. I've been in the game since the 60s, man. I was day one, man. I jumped out like a Petey Wheatstraw, man, for real.
Now, when I say 88, I'm talking about the first official.
I was famous in the Bay. I was famous in the Bay in 1982 off mixtapes, street shit.
That's real talk.
Put my first record out in 1985. I ain't never stopped. My first record was called Don't Stop Rapping. I ain't never stopped rapping. I've been putting.
And I used to slap the fuck out of that shit. In my motherfucking Cougar, I had a Cougar with the gold luggage rack, with gold tips, gold grill, gold D-Elegance lights, the gold leaf burgundy, Zenas and bows, cutting up. You hear me, man? Hey, I remember when I was 14. I was 14 or something. 14. My cousin Cavio came down to Magazine Street. He was like, "Yo, y'all ain't up on my partner short like this, right?" He just made you his partner. Right up on my partner short. You feel me? He from Oakland. My cousin from Oakland. He brought that shit down. I said, "What's this?" And I'm in my mannish stage. I'm beginning, 14, 15, you start to be real mannish. You moving around and grooving, you in the soils, you know what I'm saying? You gamed up, you late, you ear hustling, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You soaking it up like a beach towel. All the OG, everything that's going around. This is the beginning of the mannishness. You feel me?
Yeah.
Listen to this nigga, man. Hard-headed. And so that he taught me how to put, just from his music, taught me how to put a whole bunch of game involved in my shit, man. So everything got to be game orientated. You feel me?
Were you rapping then, 40? Like around?
I was rapping ever since I heard Sugar Hill Gang in 1979. When I heard Rapper's Delight, I was a rapper from then on. Period. I just didn't have the access. I was in the marching band. I played the band from 4th grade all the way to 12th grade, which some people might not have thought that was cool, but I didn't lose no cool points, man. I was still that nigga. I was still a fixture. You feel me? It was just that was the only form of music back in them days. You feel me? That was the only form of music. We didn't have access to a whole bunch of. We didn't have Pro Tools. We didn't have Logic. You know, Short. People don't know Short is a producer. I am too. Like my first one was Mr. Flamboyant. You know what I'm saying? I produced Mr. Flamboyant. You know, at Bobby Ford's studio out there in Fairfield, and played. You know, because playing the drums and shit, they taught me a lot. Short came through with so many slaps, and I patterned the bass lines, and I was like, man, that's he called it the Dope Fiend beat. Me and Breanna, he called it mob music.
Yeah.
You feel me? So we all together, that's our movement, mob music. But me and Short do it all. We mix it up.
I'm one of those producers who never give myself a credit on the song. I just don't. If it's me on my song, I don't put produced by Too Short. But I've made a lot.
Well, why not?
Because he gonna make the song sound better with him involved.
Plus, I never make beats for anybody else. I don't want niggas calling me saying, man, Short, let me get a beat.
We were trying to get him. I don't mean to cut you off. We were trying to get him to make a slap with the same sounds that he did back in the days. We were trying to get him to do that shit for our project, Me, Cube, Snoop, and Todd and Short. You know what I'm saying? He won't do it.
Man, I got that phone. Like he said, he was in the band, man. I was in the school band too. I marched in the band. I played in the elementary school band, all that shit. But it's like what I do now is I kind of like work with producers and I enhance the shit or refine it and do shit to it, Dr. Dre style. But not if I was a producer and I knew how to engineer, I would be fucking like Kanye West or something, man. I would never come out the lab. I would be a Timberland mad scientist, motherfucker. I really don't want to be that guy. I really don't want them skills because I really would never come out the studio. So I shied away from that. I met a dude named Ant Banks. The nigga make beats like me, except better than me. I was like, fuck making beats. I'm fucking with Ant Banks. That was that.
So is that who y'all got? Y'all got people like Banks, Dr. Dre, Daz. Y'all see y'all got on this project?
Everybody you name is definitely gonna be on there. We tapped into the natural resources that we have access to. Battle Cat. I mean, really, man, I'm telling you, man, it's not like
he ain't lying.
I did not say we didn't say that. We just some homies. If you want to call it something, just call it Snoop, Cube, 40 and Short. We really just like right now. We jumping on these calls talking about, hey, I got a beat. Rap on this beat. Send me a beat. We was fucking around just sending beats to each other, and it ended up being 25 fucking songs. We like, this shit sound good, so we kept doing it.
That's crazy.
And it's a lot of value to it. You're talking about 4 entrepreneurs. We about to milk that shit. We about to make it
bigger than music, outside of music, LLCs, and you understand me? Like other shit, bro.
And we're not a super group. We an LLC. That's what it is.
LLC, good buddy.
That's exactly what it is.
You know
everything we do is gonna be a business deal, a business transaction. It's gonna be the LLC. It's not a fucking group and about a song. Watch what I tell you. What comes out of the partnership? It's something that I feel like hip hop needs to like check this motto out. When you see it go down, you can smell it right now. When you see it go down, check the formula and let's interject this shit into hip hop to where, I'm gonna speak on something, man. I'm gonna speak on E-40 and Too Short and then Jeezy and Gucci. There was a point in time in E-40 and Too Short where we could have turned our friendship to a Gucci Jeezy dynamic. We had some friction and some people around us trying to push us in different directions. And we jumped on a phone call. They was trying to pretend that I was doing something against 40. It's like 1995.
Wow.
And 40 called me on the phone. He said, hey, did you say such and such? I said, no. He said, you sure you wasn't on the radio this morning and said such and such? I said, nah. And we got off the phone. Somebody had been on the radio pretending to be me talking hella shit about 40.
No.
The nigga was hot and he didn't, instead of getting hot and reacting, he hit me up and said, what's up? You know what I'm saying? He was still mad as fuck.
Behind the scenes, I don't have to, everything got to be publicized on the net and shit like that. Like I call personally and like, hey, what's happening with this? You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure I ain't thinking crazy on that. You feel me? And that's
So
just
we resolved the whole issue by going in the studio and making a song called Rapper's Ball.
And that's the first time what they do was that's the first time the word for Sheezy was ever mentioned in hip hop history. Too Sheezy, E-40. Thought you Theezy for Sheezy, my kneesy. You feel me?
I've heard Snoop say that. I've heard Snoop say he got that from the Bay. I think he said he got it from 40. I do.
He did. He got it from me and Short, because me and Short was the first ones ever saying it on wax. Don't get it fucked up. We didn't actually make it up. Really, to be honest with you, we don't know who made it up, but I'll tell you where the first time I heard it from Twice. My nigga Twicebird. You know what I'm saying? He, you know, Twicebird, a rapper, but Twicebird is soil too. He, you know, he from the soil too. So he be in, moving around, tapping the map. You know what I'm saying? So we was the first ones ever to say it, but I trip off, and then we don't really trip off none of that shit. It's just I just love how a lot of people that made their names.
So what I was gonna say was, Earl, you finish my little thing was, yeah. So if E-40 and Too Short would have turned on each other, it was a whole lot of shit that would came with that shit. Like
it would have been ugly.
Yeah, like niggas got like real mobs and could have been like really like tagging and doing shit and you know what I'm saying, just really fucking. We would have fucked up the story of the Bay. And I think that, Jeezy and Gucci didn't fuck up Atlanta nothing, but I think that on the opposite side of like what we saw in Verzuz with them, if Jeezy and Gucci would have been 15 years, 20 years of camaraderie, they would be E-40 and Too Short. We done made dozens of records together. We made a project we dropped together. That motherfucker made so much money. I don't even think we had any singles.
Wire deposit. Wire writing the pot every first of the month. Sometime before that. Just on that. Separate than anything else we got going with, with our catalogs.
And I'm just saying, the shit goes so far down the line, man. Earl might have a play on some money. And he like, man, I'm moving this way that week, but I got a money play up. You want to get it? And he'll tell the folks, man, I can't do it. He'll holler at Short. That nigga just shot me 25 racks just on a text message. Like, bam, you know what I'm saying? And it goes years and years and years of so many layers of what if them cats had been best friends all them years, a real like tight like us, you know what I'm saying? And I think it ain't shit happens. Shit could have happened between us. We could have fell out and it just be like it is what it is. And I'm not saying this shit on Gucci and G's. I'm saying this shit on all these rappers that's from the same little area and then decide to be enemies. It's like you really, if you looked at the big picture, that your main rival, because 40 was always my main rival. He was the only one that kept hitting me with another fucking hit record. I'm trying to be on top of the game. This nigga keep hitting me with it. You know what I'm saying? He keep taking the motherfucking shine. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna get you on the next one. We on the phone talking shit to each other. Like, nigga, you gotta sprinkle me out now, but I'm about to come with some shit, man. Watch. It was that thing that kept me going. When I talked to 40 and he like, bro, I'm in the studio. You ain't fucking with this. And he played me some shit. I'm like, damn, I go back to my crew talking about, man, this nigga is a problem. Let's go get in the studio and be a problem too. So that part, I feel like helped my career so much. The times we talked on the phone, dissecting each other's projects that had not been out or had just been released, motherfucker call immediately and go, ooh, that number 3 on your shit, bad. And next thing you know, number 3 is a motherfucking single. Cause nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Just showing love, you know what I'm saying? Like real recognize real, Like I said, Too Short. Go ahead, folks.
What is the Bay if 40 crew and my crew turned enemies and one of us got killed? What are we? Right. If that shit happened in 1996.
Yeah. I
mean, I'm excited about the Verzuz, man. I hope that we can hear all these stories during the Verzuz, though, because that's the music is good, but also the stories and everything that came about and how everything came together. Like, I'm just thinking about the Snoop and X and how they told the stories, how they met each other and the dog. Like, I hope that these stories are part of the Verzuz.
We definitely got to give them a dialogue. We got to, we definitely gonna do some talking. Because people want to know the history. It's pretty much like an interview at the same time. It's just right. We live. You feel me? And we doing music and it's.
I'm about to get drunk, man, while it's going down. I'm going into my inner feelings. I'm not filtering. I don't want no script. I'm about to get drunk. I'm probably gonna drink your liquor. I'm going with the slurricane.
I got you. You know it's gonna be there.
So when my words start slurring, I'm being honest.
I'm right with you, boy. You know, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just a serious social drinker.
I wasn't gonna tell you, but your mama used to date your cousin.
That's what you're gonna say to him. Don't do it. When Short get toasty, y'all don't understand, nigga. We spent plenty of days, my nigga. We spent plenty of days getting toasted, like plenty of days, nigga. We talk big Brocco to each other. But this nigga hilarious. I remember one time I was in Detroit. This nigga, we at the casino. This nigga had a rent-a-car, and he was going to see a batch or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, nigga, well, we finna go in this motherfucker and hit him up, nigga, for, you know what I'm saying, me a couple $100,000. Wow. You know, that's what I wanted to do. This nigga pull off, he just, all right, there, nigga, bitch, and just slid out, right? I say, this nigga's stupid. He was drunk. The nigga was driving drunk in Detroit. He hard-headed, bruh. The nigga so hard-headed, bruh. The nigga hard-headed.
Oh, go ahead, 40.
I say this is gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be fun. We ain't got nothing planned out. We just gonna play blaps and talk shit and drink and just tell stories and show the world a good time. You feel me?
Well, I can't wait for that. When is it?
Next Saturday.
The 19th.
It's Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay.
You know, the story that Short told, you know, just about communication, man. Communication is so important, and it made me think about Biggie and Pop, because they were friends. And in the movie, you know, y'all lived it. I didn't live it. In the movie, Biggie wanted to call Pac, and Puff was like, nah, let it be. So it just shows how far things can go when two brothers just don't get to the root of the problem.
Man, communication, let me tell you something, and also putting your pride to the side can save lives. Right. A lot of things with misunderstandings and miscommunication, even in the soils and the trenches and the, you know what I'm saying, in the octagon. It's like, that's how it be. It's like a lot of cats can really, you know, fix their problems just on communicating, because there'd be a lot of sideline motherfuckers hella messy in the background and shit, like bitches can be messy. A lot of funk start over bitches because niggas got to prove something to the bitch instead of putting their pride to the side and say, you know what, man, I don't want nobody innocent in my family to get knocked down, so we're going to try to diffuse this the best of my abilities. You know what I'm saying? Who want to fucking always watch their back all their fucking life, man? You know what I'm saying? That shit, man, it's a great world out there, bro. You know, I would try to tell these youngsters, man, it's bigger than 4 blocks, man. You know what I mean? It's bigger than 4 blocks. Slide out, nigga. Go have some fun, nigga. Go overseas, nigga, or hit that water, nigga. Go to the Bahamas at the Atlantis or something. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, hit a boat cruise or something. You feel me? Just try something different.
Absolutely. You really do want to enjoy life, man. Like that's the part that I always stressed.
Yeah, you know, Short, the first time we ever had Senator Kamala Harris on Breakfast Club was 2018, right? And this is before she was running for president or anything. And one of us asked her who her favorite rapper was, and she was like, "I'm from Oakland." So Too Short.
Off top.
And for whatever, I mean, I guess, you know, back then she wasn't on the national scene in that way, not culturally, just politically. So I guess people didn't really pick up on it. But she said Too Short was her favorite rapper.
Libby say that too, Short. The mayor
of Oakland. Well,
yeah.
You know, it's really like some DNA thing when it comes to the Bay. Like, okay, like I say, I'm 54 and I've been making music that I put out in the streets of the Bay since I was 14, 15. So it's people like, you could be in your 40s right now and you was literally like a little kid who grew up on Too Short. Like, it's that much of a dynamic in the Bay where I'm on third, you know, the grandparents and grandkids loving the same Too Short song right now. In the Bay, like, it's something that you really, your parents could very well have been them parents who bumped all of Doggy Style, the explicit version, all of the Chronic, all of E-40, all of Too Short while you was 2, 3, 4 years old, and it's just in you, like you have to just take all that grown up talk and figure it out yourself in life. But you given all this, like E-40 used the word manage. You managed at a young age, male and female, from the Bay. Like, a lot of parents in the Bay was like, if it's like if your parents, my parents used to sit around and let us listen to Richard Pryor, not by ourselves, but if the household was playing a Richard Pryor record with all the language in the 70s, we could listen to it. So I put Too Short in that, because Richard Pryor is in my DNA. If I hear old Richard Pryor jokes right now, it's just revisiting. It's not like, oh, this new funny. I'm like, I remember this for my whole life. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Too Short and E-40 is to the Bay. It's in your DNA.
Yeah, I asked Kamala, you know, I said if you rock with Too Short, then what's my favorite word? She was like, I can't say. She was like, I can't say it. I can't say it.
She said, no, she did say it. I know she did. She did.
Nah, she said, I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't say it. Did you ever had any interactions with her in Oakland? Short.
By the looks of how hot she is, I probably did pop at her. I seen her somewhere in the club back with. It's a small town. I'm just saying.
Does she smoke broccoli?
She said she did in college. Yeah.
Hey, she can scream that shit like she mean it right now, man, because that shit legalized, man. You feel me?
I can tell you though, in my young days, man, I only really dated super like nerdy hot chicks. I never really went for the chick who got like brothers like E-40, like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, me and this nigga the opposite, man. He's very. I'm really dedicated. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real husband. You know what I'm saying? I got a wife since she been with me since high school. You feel me? Short, he
married his high school sweetheart.
I married my high school sweetheart. Short, he be moving around, man. You know, but that's my partner. That we got two different things, but we know we closer than a booger to a nose. That's my loved one.
Is Short the partner the wife don't want you around? Like I know you around.
No, because he know her. They know each other because Short respect her and vice versa. He know the limits that don't go. He know not to play.
They put the bitch filter on me, man. You know what the bitch filter is?
What's that?
They said don't bring any girls around that you don't share your coffee table with. Like if she don't live in my house.
I'm gonna tell you how it unfolded. Let me tell you how it happened. Okay, Short, when we'd come work in the studio, you know what I'm saying? Every day, my youngest son, every time he over here, my youngest son will be playing video games. See that little video game in the back?
Yep.
He'll be playing video games with one or two Short's broads, right? And he was a little like how old? 5 years old at the time, some shit like that. 4 years old. Yeah. And hanging out with the girls. And he be like, man, you try to take my Short, but you try to take my girlfriend? Right. So, but that's the funny part. But the thing is, one day, one of the bros was like, yeah, I be over 40 house all the time. And they got back to us, right? And so wifey was like, you know what? Tell Short if he can, tell him don't bring no more girls over here.
That was my thing though, man. Everywhere I go, it'd be like 1 or 2 or 3 just with me. That was just my daily routine. But you know, I respect that because that's where you know, if it was anyone of y'all, I'd be like, bro, you gotta stop bringing your bros to the house. You know? That's
real. That's real.
So I call it the bitch filter.
Boy, I always see the picture that you post with Pac, man, where y'all drinking a 40. And I always wonder what was the story behind that picture.
Was we drinking was it a 40?
Y'all drinking something. I don't know what it was.
Oh, that was he had Alizé in his hand.
Alizé.
Did I have Alizé or him? I had Alizé. I had Alizé in my hand, but that was the drink back then, Alizé. And I always wanted to make, and I fucked around and made a Yellowbird. That's similar to Alizé, but different profile, same color. But anyway, what was the story? That was at Rappers Ball Vicinity when we took that.
Yeah. That video was a party, man.
Huh?
The video was a party. It wasn't even a video. Just threw a party and
it was a party.
Filming at the same time.
Wow.
It was a party. There was so many people there. Ice-T was there. Who else was there? Ice-T, the boy Mac 10.
AC and JoJo was in the video.
AC and JoJo, you know, but Rappers Ball was that we did that in Calabasas, right? And so Pac, I told Pac we was gonna be in LA. He said, I'm gonna come through. He said, where the thing at? I said, it's in Calabasas, right? He said, nigga, I stay right around the corner. Nigga, I just got a house right around the corner. Nigga really came, kicked it hella all day with us, got toasted, played music, the whole woo-wop, you know what I'm saying? So in the video, he all through the video.
I think that day he played us the whole Machiavelli album before it came out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, and more, and some other ones. And he wanted to do a group. I forgot what he was calling it, but he wanted me, Nice and Smooth, hella OGs. You know what I'm saying? I was OG way back then, motherfucking way 96. That shit crazy as a motherfucker.
I can't wait for this Verzuz, man. This Verzuz is gonna be so classic, man. This Saturday, make sure y'all tune in, man. I'm excited for this one, bro.
I mean, the main reason I'm excited because I always feel like the Bay Area doesn't get the proper respect it deserves in hip hop, even though y'all influence so much. So one thing I see the Verzuz do is it reminds people, and not only reminds people, wakes people up. Like, oh shit, right. that came from that was them. Like,
Well, we're gonna tell some stories, man. I'm gonna bring y'all back to my Atlanta years too. I ain't just the Bay. I put 15 years in Atlanta too. A lot of influence.
Yeah, I see a lot of little kids in Atlanta look like you.
I swear I might. That's if I had any kids that I didn't know about, they would be in Atlanta.
I met Lil Jon because of this guy right here, man. He embraced Lil Jon, and then me being on shows with them and running into Lil Jon, we ended up working. I ended up coming with so many slaps with Lil Jon, him too. I had that motherfucker tell me when to go, and Lil Jon let me hear blow the whistle first. He let me hear it. I say, man, I don't know, man, this shit knocking, but it sounds like a Short song. I say, Short gonna kill this shit. He sure did, bro. You feel me? I didn't know what to do with it. He
made you blow the whistle first. He was like, "This ain't for me."
Huh? It wasn't my shit at the time. Like, I didn't know how to, because it had the whistle in it, so I didn't know how to have it. This nigga's a genius. He's smart. He analyzed when we make music. He already had shit written down on what kind of subject matter we're gonna talk about and all that shit. You feel me? So
I keep subjects and titles on me at all times. So we motivate studio sessions and shit. They like the beat come up as dope. Everybody like, what we gonna do? I started reading my little notes. Go, let's make a song about, and it just go down.
Wow. It happens just like that, good brother, for real.
Let me ask you a question for you. Do you do personal catering? Does Goon with the Spoon do personal catering?
I'm so glad that you brought that up. So the Goon with the Spoon. Let me tell y'all. So the Goon with the Spoon is really some street shit. You know what I'm saying? It's really some street shit that I converted into, you know what I'm saying? That all add up to the same thing. It's cooking. We cooking, yeah. You feel me? But I'll tell you, one of the first people the person I got it from was my cousin B Legit. He said, I'm the Goon with the Spoon, so. And I was like, oh, nigga, that's hard. And B can cook too, because we used to work at a restaurant when we was teens back in the days. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But anyway, so the Goon with the Spoon just naturally happened. It was natural like an afro, bro. You know, just being the oldest of four, you know, knowing how to cook and shit, working at the restaurants, you know what I'm saying? Working at a restaurant. I call it a Michelin star restaurant, but it really wasn't. It was in Benicia, California. It was called the Commandant's Restaurant. Hella rich people there. I'm cooking London broil. I'm cooking chicken cordon bleu. I'm cooking.
I ain't never heard this shit.
I'm making orange roughy, you know what I'm saying? Pan fried, you understand? With brown butter and almonds. You feel what I'm saying? I'm doing that kind of shit, man. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and then mix that with my Magazine Street specialty meals that I made, you know what I'm saying, back in the days, in the glory days. You feel me? So I just fuck with it heavy. The Goon with the Spoon. I'm gonna answer your question. I haven't did catering yet. You know, I just toy around with this, but I know what I'm doing because it's in layered up into co-packing. So a lot of people don't know that logo. When you see Goon with the Spoon, I got a lot of shit coming, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of meat products coming with that logo on it, Goon with the Spoon. And I'll reveal that in the next interview. Hello.
Yeah, I be looking at 40 Instagram, getting hella hungry. I be showing the wife, like, man, can you make this grilled cheese crab meat sandwich or whatever that was? What was that, grilled cheese and crab meat?
So what I did, I emulated, I tried to duplicate what they do when I go to the baseball games at the Giants games. They got these crab melts. You know what I'm saying? It's the crab, you know what I'm saying, with the toasted bread, you feel me? Yes, and that shit go crazy, good brother. So I did that. I made it just like it too, though. You feel me? Butter that bread and whatnot, you know. So it's a trip because a lot of people that I talk to, real like chefs that's certified chefs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not certified, I'm solidified, you know what I'm saying? And they get at me, they say, Fo, man, bro, I ain't gonna even lie, man. My wife say, why you ain't cook this for me? Look at 40 Instagram, why you ain't
word up?
Why you ain't cook this for me? And they real chefs, you know what I'm saying? So it's a trip.
And when we make music at E-40's house, you're gonna eat good. He gonna disappear out the session and then just be like, some shit over there in the stove. Like, nigga.
This is my last question for both of y'all. At what point did y'all realize y'all were officially OGs in hip hop? Just hip hop.
Shit. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest. The gang we were spitting, we've always been teaching. You know, so even when we was in our 20s, it was game involved. It was like we doing OG shit. We give directions and instructions. You feel me? Mm-hmm. No, I think it's really. I always felt like I was that's why we old ass youngsters. We call ourselves. Mm-hmm. We some old.
Yeah, so we really just recycling a bunch of knowledge that you sit around and you talk to like the OG players in the game and they run this shit to you. You know, youngster, this and this, and some people listen and some people don't. We just happen to be the ones that absorbed that at a young age and recycled it and felt like it was a thing to be, you know, taken care of, man. It's called the game. You got to take care of it and give it to the right people and leave it in the right places and make sure when you see it being done wrong, you straighten them out a little bit. So I think like what you're saying is I was an OG at a young age, but I knew I was an OG. I knew I was an OG in 1996. I was only 30 years old, but I knew I was an OG because I had done so much shit. That's when I announced I retired. The first time I said I retired, I just turned 30. I had a 19-year-old girlfriend. I felt like I was, you know, that was a real bad thing. Like I was an old man messing with a young girl. Yeah. I had 10 albums that I had just did in like 9 years. It was like 6 or 7 platinum, 3 or 4 gold albums. And I just was, you know, like from that point on, they've been calling me Uncle Short. Like I've been to the young rappers coming in and the young homies in the hood. I've been Uncle Short for a long time.
What about call me stepdaddy?
It's personal, bro.
Call me stepdaddy. Too.
Hey, bro, all my stepkids grew up now, so we don't want to.
Crazy, bro.
Y'all both got a lot of kids out there, though.
I only got 2. I only got 2.
He's talking about the influences.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I talked to Short. I say, Short, just before, because he got a daughter now. He knew he was going to have a daughter. He loved her to death.
Yeah,
he
Huh?
I said he had to.
Yeah, she's 2 years old, right? She's 2 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I say, but years ago, I say Short, because, you know, Short be out there cutting up. He's very mannish, right? I say, Short. I say, how many kids you got, loved one? He was like, man, 40. I got kids older than me. I said, and I thought about it. He just talking about just life in general, just like it could be the homies that he looking out for. And I ain't saying this in a bad way. He looking out for them, they looking out for him as well. You feel me? All the niggas that Short fuck with, I love them like we all family. Them all my guys too. You feel me? And it's a family reunion every motherfucking time we get together like the weather. You feel me?
Now we raise a lot of people though, man. We raise a lot of people. Like when somebody comes to you and says genuinely, a grown ass man, and said, you know, during my college years, listening to your music got me through, motivated me. Certain songs you made, Getting It. I listen to Getting It when I'm waking up in the morning so I can just get motivated to do my day. Motherfuckers like saying shit like, my father was never around, so I listened to your records and it was just giving me like fatherly advice. And you just hear that stuff. I know a lot of rappers and a lot of artists hear that from fans, but if you could be that in somebody's life, you know what I'm saying? You kind of raise them. That's kind of your child a little bit, you know?
That's what they say. They say they you know, they hit a motherfucker up and say, man, you the dad I never had. You know what I'm saying? You know, so.
And this chick, I was in Vegas one night.
I didn't even know it, you know?
I was in Vegas one night and this chick walked up to me in a crowded ass club and put some money in my hand. It turned out to be like 18 $100 bills. She said one sentence and walked away. She said, "You the reason I'm hoeing," and walked away.
Damn.
Gave me $1,800 as thank you. I don't know how to accept that or how to process it, but you know what I'm saying? I felt.
I don't know if that was a good story. I don't know if that was the good positive story.
You got to remember, Short right now is
it's different levels, man.
Older Short. Short is an older Short. Short is hard-headed.
Okay,
that nigga do some shit, man. So fucking hard-headed when it come to, you know, sexual shit, man.
Just the next time Short said that a woman walked up to you and said, "You're the reason I'm entrepreneuring."
Yeah,
I was trying to get to the point that that's what it meant. It didn't mean you turned me out in a bad way. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? You empowered me.
Yeah.
Hey, like you said, it's a whole different interview, but at the same time, I I'm proud of all my moments, man. Whether you tell me you got a master's degree or you're a professional in the street, whatever it is, it was the motivation to get up, get out, and get it.
That's right. I enjoyed you on Gangsta Chronicles too, man. 40, I want to see you on Gangsta Chronicles too, brother.
I'm on deck, man. I'm on deck, you know.
Well, this Saturday, make sure you tune in to the Verzuz, Too Short, E-40. Man, we appreciate you guys for checking in so much, man.
We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having us on this platform, good brothers.
Yes,
Change that super group to a super LLC.
Super LLC.
Okay.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Peace.